Hello, hello. Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for joining me again for the Haves and the Have-Nots, Season 6, Episode Who Cares? All that matters is, this was, I'm not going to call it a filler episode, I'll call it a builder episode. It looks like this is episode 20, Smitten. So this is a builder episode, and the builder episode is one of those where you're watching it and you're thinking, really? You're thinking, really? Really? But then you have to remember that you have to get somewhere. And David, he hit Veronica. I mean, he pimp slapped Veronica, as he says to Jim later on that episode. And Veronica is shocked. She's giving this monologue of how, you know, there are two things that she said would never happen to her, or at least in her marriage to David. He would never cheat on her, and he would never hit her. And he did both. David's like, I didn't cheat on you. You went with that young boy. And so then I separate from you. And that's how the whole Maggie Day thing happened. I said, okay, these timelines are a little sketchy, but we'll roll with it for now. David's still pissed. I'm finally glad that at least RK got up. He didn't start a fight, but at least he got up, because before, I guess he was in such shock, like, whoa, what just happened? But Veronica's like, I got this. And we know Veronica. She's vindictive. She is manipulative. She's going to go and work this to the bank. And yes, I said the bank, because David is screwed. David is screwed. Please, knowing Veronica, she probably took pictures, videos. She's probably going to build an amazing case against him. And all because of her evil antics, her purposely trying to push her husband to go and become as cuckoo as she has. She just didn't realize what he had in him. So now she kicks RK out, and she calls, who she call? She actually calls Derek, which is Hannah's boyfriend. She asked Derek for some information, and I guess he went to jail for scamming. That's what it seems like, scamming or data hacking, something like that. And he doesn't want to do it, but Veronica was just like, look, don't make me go and do what I said I was going to do. You better just do this for me and do it now. So he's going to do it. What choice does he really have? While all that's happening, we then see Jeffrey talking to his father, finally. But this is when David finds out that it wasn't Veronica that went and tore up the apartment. It was Justin. And so for a brief second, David has a look of, oh crap. But all that matters is he's trying to figure out what's going on with his son right now. And so that's when Jeffrey acknowledges that look, we may be doing something, we may not be. It's like a toxic relationship. Does he hit you? Does he? And Jeffrey's saying yes to everything. And David's looking at him like, but I'm thinking, David, you have to remember, you're the same person that went and showed your son how to deal with an abusive relationship. This usually isn't the norm, but this is what happened. And so now Justin, who wasn't supposed to be there, is there. And David's saying, you know what? You know what? Because Justin said, I'm so sorry, sir. Now I'll pay for all this stuff. This couch alone is $6,000. That painting you destroyed was $50,000. I said, David, what do you do again? How much money do you have again? What's going on again? But David essentially tells Justin to watch his back, because he's watching him. Once David leaves, Justin apologizes, and Jeffrey has this whole thing of, you need to go and get help. Justin agrees. He's going to go and get counseling down at the station. And so then Justin says, so we're going to live together, right? Jeffrey looked at him as if, boo-boo the fool. Live with you to do what, who, what, where, when? No, you go and get help for yourself, because that's the thing with a lot of people. They'll be the first ones to go and do something and then, you know, corral everyone else around them by saying, we're going to do this together, right? We're going to go and we're going to make this work, right? We're going to go and do this, right? We're going to go and do that, right? No. You're the one that's been doing all this mess. I'm the one that's enabled you. So that's the only fault that I have here. But I'm not doing that anymore. Now, we go from that to, we see one of Mitch's I guess, family members, the one who was tussling with Benny, he's going and doing the description of Benny down at the station. While that's happening, there's a lot going on, because we see, I think his name is it John, or the new DA that's taken over for Salson, that guy. He is looking and he's trying to figure out, okay, how can we build this case against him, because we have Wyatt, who he's a drug addict, he's not a good character witness, they probably can't find him at this point. And then while that's going on, then they see that, wait a minute, what is Benny Young doing at the bar? There's just a lot. Who was it? No, actually, it was Wyatt that they saw. Wyatt and his father leaving. Because, of course, they're both stupid. They didn't think about a bar like that is gonna, in that neighborhood, is going to have cameras outside as well. If they have cameras inside, they're definitely going to have cameras outside. But they missed that. So Sarah has to go and get the evidence from lockup. She's able to do so because the guard, he's a little bit older. He's being very nice to her, letting her go and just do whatever she needs to do. But in his mind, he's thinking the most dirty, lewd thoughts about her, because he's like, That's not even the vibe. That's just what he was given to us, period. The vibe. Catherine calls Hanna and tells Hanna, okay, I called the lawyer. Hanna said, that's great, but I can't afford it. Catherine said, don't worry about it, but I can't afford it. I don't want you to do this for me. Catherine said, don't worry about it. You will be able to afford this. And I was also originally thinking, what does that mean? He was like, check your account. Hanna checked her account, and there was over almost $9 million. Over $8.8 million in that account. Benny's right there, so Hannah's freaking out. Benny looks and sees, oh my gosh. Catherine calls back Hanna calls back Catherine and lets her know, why'd you give me all this money? What do you talk about? This is way too much. What are you talking about? Over $8.8 million? Hanna, we are friends, but we're not that type of friends. I didn't give you that much money. So now, Hannah's trying to figure out what's going on. Benny says, uh-oh. So now Hanna knows to get off the phone. And because it's Candace, it's like, Candace, yeah, Catherine, I'll talk to you later. Benjamin, what happened? Okay, so Candace told me she wanted to put some money in my account to hold. Where did she get this type of money from? I don't know. Now, something that we didn't know was that it's a joint account, which means that Hanna and Benny need to sign off in order to transfer the money out. I said, now this is realistic, because you need a decent amount of credit in order to open a bank account. And a lot of times, if you're under a certain age, you have to have, a cosign just to open a bank account. So now this is making more sense. Back at the hospital, Wyatt is talking to Jeffrey, and Wyatt is pissed because it's like, you put me in here. Look, I said something crazy once and you put me in here. I'm thinking, Jeffrey, so you can't control anyone else except for Wyatt, so that's why you're doing this. Yeah, you like Wyatt and you're friends with him, but let's be very clear. The only reason why you're going this route with him, aside from wanting him to live, is the fact that Wyatt is the only person in your life that you have any type of control over, period. So I'm over this. Jim then calls Sarah, asks does she have does she have the evidence? Does she have the bullets? And she does. So now Jim wants her to come over to his house. She doesn't want to, but of course she comes anyway. Derek goes and brings the information that Veronica demanded, and Demonica. Shout out to Lynette and Stanley of Random Reviews. Anyway, Veronica decides, she essentially has that whole boy mentality. Boy, you're not going to talk to me that way. I'm the reason why you got out of jail. I'm the reason why your life changed. No, you're the reason why he got out of jail, but someone had to keep him out of jail. And it doesn't sound like that was you. It sounds like he was the one that was able to keep himself out of jail. He started over, but you have control over him, and you love having control over men. You love telling men what to do. You love being the puppeteer. You poke them and they get angry. You hug them and they feel a little bit better. That's Veronica. And so that's what she's doing with him. And he thought that he could finally get away from his past. But that's why you have to be careful about what you do, because it always comes back in one shape or form back to you. Hanna's pissed at Benny because Hanna is... You can tell I got sleep, right? This is what it looks like when I actually do these reviews when I'm well rested. I'm barely ever well rested. Anyway, Hanna is talking to Benny and trying to figure out, your sister is a scammer and you indulging her isn't making anything better. What are you doing? What's wrong with you? So now Catherine goes and calls Hanna. Oh, I guess I skipped ahead. Candace calls Benny and trying to figure out, wait a minute, what's going on. Candace wants the money. She needs to transfer the money. The problem is that, like I said, it's a joint account. And Hannah's yelling and like, yeah, she needs to come here. She needs to go and answer for herself. Candace is over it, but she has to go over there to try and get the money. And my thing is, Benny is stupid. Benny is stupid. Stupid. Benny is stupid. We already know this. So we're going to leave the stupidity over there. We're going to come over here to where Landon is. And Charles. Charles is getting prepped by Landon. And there's this older gentleman kind of watching Landon. I saw him in the corner of his eye, kind of, giving Landon that look of, But, so then once Landon leaves, this guy took literally 2 minutes to just go and say, Landon is gay. And the streets are talking. And when I say the streets, I mean the staff. The staff's talking, and the staff thinks that there's some type of sexual relationship going on with you and Landon. Charles is pissed because Charles said, first of all, Landon is gay. But then he doubled back and said, even if he is, that's not happening, period. So here's how this works. He's helping me. He's lifting me up. He's doing things for me that you would have no idea what he's doing. He didn't say all of that, but I'm sure this is what he's thinking. So he told the guy, I'm doing me. He's helping me out. There's no gay stuff going on over here, so don't worry about it. You got it? And tell the staff that too, because they can be replaced. So now the dynamics quickly change, because once Landon comes back in, the older guy leaves. Charles, he kind of gives that vibe to Landon, like, oh yeah, I'm good. And Landon notices it. He catches all of that. I'm sure he's actually used to that. So we'll see how long it is before, their professional relationship crumbles. Erica calls Rocky to get the lowdown on what's going on. And Rocky says, I'm in the hospital. I'm in the hospital because Candace beat me up. Candace beat me up. She can't be trusted. And so that's when Erica, apparently she's doing an ovulation test because she wants to get pregnant by David so that she can truly secure the bag. But I'm thinking, David's a judge, you idiot. If he can prove that you are a scammer, if you're an unfit person, meaning an unfit parent, then he can take the baby away from you and not pay you a dime. But you're so dumb and dim-witted and basic that you wouldn't know that. Now, Erica tells Rocky he needs to apologize to Candace, and he's pissed. Why would I do that? You have to do that in order to just get back in her good graces, even though Candace isn't going to trust him. She's not stupid. She's going to watch him very carefully, but she probably does need his type of help. He seems to be the cornerstone of keeping all of that together, what they have going on at the hotel and even outside the hotel. So now, he said he'll do it because Erica told him, we only roll in the millions. So I got you covered. She didn't say how much, but at least she was honest and truthful with the fact that you're gonna get millions. You're gonna get paid off for real. And he has an idea of what Candace wasn't disclosing, how much money she wasn't offering to him, period. So of course he's going to go with the person that at least seems to be open to working with him. David drove up to Jim's place, Jim and Catherine's place, came in, and was like, "Oh, I'm so mad." "Why are you mad?" "I had to slap that trick." I had to slap that trick. And he's huffing and he's puffing, and Jim's loving it. He's like, "Oh Lord, man, why didn't you call me? We could have had 2-for-1 slap off." And he was like, "What? No. I told you I was going to kill her. I told you I was going to take care of her, but you didn't want me to do that. You didn't want me to do that. So now you're in this predicament." David's looking at Jim like, "Really? Really? Really? I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this." But now Jim is wondering, because Jim is shady, so shady knows shady. He's not sure about this Erica person. He's trying to figure out, David, did you do your due diligence and make sure that you read into this woman and you know what's really going on with her, and if she can be trusted or not? And he said yes, Oscar did. Well, Oscar's been blundering recently, but fine, whatever.
Money. Candace put.
The other thing is,
Candace did.
This is when David learns for sure that it's like, yes, Candace took Wyatt's money. There's just a whole lot going on right now. But then this car comes, and I said, that looks like a basic vehicle. And out goes Sarah out of the basic vehicle. And so David runs along. Sarah brings Jim the bullets, and she dipped. She was like, "This is it. We're done." I said, "Oh, Sarah, it's cute that you think that you are, but you're not. You surely are not. And I'm not sorry about it either. This isn't over." So now Candace comes over to the house, and Hannah's pissed because Benny's just accepting what Candace is saying. Even though he doesn't trust her, he still loves his sister, so he's still trying to believe her. Candace says, "Look, it's legit. Don't worry about it. I'll give you $1 million. I'll give you $1 million." And Benny's now trying to tell Catherine, okay, she's going to give us $1 million. We need that money. We need to do this. We can invest in this and that. And and Hannah is over it. Hannah's over it because her whole thing is, when will enough be enough? You're scamming. You're boosting. You cannot be trusted. This is the stuff that aided in getting your son killed. And then she took out the picture to show little Q. And, Candace didn't want to see that. But Candace is only there because she's trying to get the money. But both parties have to sign off on releasing the money. Ding dong. The cops are there. Why? Because we're here to arrest Benny. At first, Candace said, "Oh Lord, are they here for me? Are the ops here for me?" But no, it's for your brother. It's for your brother. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week. Oh, and if you're interested in music, I have a new segment called Romie Reacts. And it's in a separate playlist. My first one had to do with the remix of Boot Up. So please support that if you're interested.